Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Corey C., social media ambassador of Love.io, and I am here with the founder of Love.io, Anders. Anders, how are you today? How's everything, man?
Thank you, Corey. I'm very, very well, thank you.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you're doing fantastic. I'm glad things are progressing, and I'm looking forward to talking about the intricacies of love today. So, let me ask you first question. So I've interviewed you twice now, I believe. So would you be able to introduce your background in crypto for our new users?
Yeah, short introduction. So my name is Anders Johnson. I'm from Sweden. I have been working abroad though for the past 25 years internationally. 10 years in China as well. I've been in crypto, discovered Bitcoin already 2010. Before that, I founded and was running startups. One of the most successful one was a company called Dacrete. I employed the first 30 staff in Beijing, a company in VR and marketing tools for the property industry. The company grew very fast, over 400 employees.
Wow.
And offices in 8 countries. And later on, News Corp, the big media company, bought the company. And I did an exit in 2010.
Yeah.
And was basically got into more into blockchain and crypto, even if I discovered and bought early Bitcoin, was more with Ethereum 2013, 14, 15 when Ethereum was launched. The white paper was published 2013, but it was not actually launched until 15, I think. Was co-founding an advisory board called 24/7 Block Labs with industry experts from all over the world, both in crypto marketing to smart contract audits. We have experts also in finance, venture capitalists and so on involved in 24/7 Block Labs. Of course, been working on love and the concept around love for a few years now. Found the first perfect match when Richard announced the launch of PulseChain. We saw that this was the time when we have the perfect ticker, the perfect website, on fast transactions, on proven technology, and PulseX, a decentralized exchange where you keep your keys. So we thought that now it's time to really get the cryptocurrency that can blitzscale, similar to how the social media platform, how they could blitzscale. So that is, a short background to my past experiences.
No, that's very beyond impressive credentials, given the fact that you were able to build a company with offices in numerous different countries, started the company and garnered 30 different employees and then built it up to 400 employees, and then got into blockchain and had the forward-thinking vision, seeing blockchain as the future in 2013, because 2013, 2014, I mean, what was the market cap of blockchain in totality? 3 billion at most.
Yeah.
So it was micro compared to what it is now. Now, I didn't get it until 2017, so that's amazing. So and Love.io is a very, very interesting project in multiple different ways. So I'm very excited to see Love propel forward.
Yeah, we are very excited.
So with your entrepreneurial marketing crypto background, do you have any ideas of the launch for PulseChain? I know that we kind of put a lot of emphasis on Richard Hart's going to do it this way. Richard Hart's going to do it that way. He has to do it this way. I feel like it's important for other people in the community to kind of voice with their backgrounds and their expertise.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah, I think that one of the most important things is first of all that we come together,
Mhm.
because everyone that is every project, every current cryptocurrency, and so on, we are all now depending on PulseChain.
Of
It
course.
doesn't matter if you are a HEXican or you are with any new projects launching or whatsoever.
Mhm.
So that is how I see. And then I think that we need to listen a lot on what Richard actually says.
Of
And
course.
he did one Twitter yesterday, which was very, very good. And that is that we have to see this when it comes to marketing. To really concentrate
Mhm.
also with the launch with PulseChain on direct marketing,
Agreed.
then also using the strengths that we have. And how I see it, who have been out on crypto conferences now the past months and so on, I think that that is exactly what we need to do, because as Richard also said, we should first look at where is the money,
Of course.
and then of course it must be people that we target that are interested in crypto,
Mhm.
like how they did now with the Daytona. I was very impressed that they could
Same
raise so
here.
much money in so short time period, and so that and that shows how strong the HEXican community is.
Absolutely.
But if we look back on to target, like people who are interested in crypto, that's maybe not the right way, and we have much better
Mhm.
ROI on these crypto conferences, because there we have both the money, we have people who come and visit the crypto shows, they have an interest of crypto, and also they know how to handle a MetaMask, most
Of
of the
course.
people, and so on. So we have those criteria. And to take like an example that I would love to see, that is, for example, the Miami Crypto Show that is
Mhm.
coming up now in April, which is one of the biggest events in America.
Mhm.
And we have great opportunity if, for example, if we would have like 640,000 raised,
Mhm.
we could basically take over the whole crypto event. We could have, like a super yacht in the harbor of Miami that we could have parties. We could hopefully maybe get Richard coming talking about PulseChain.
Mhm.
There will be a huge focus on NFTs. I think Mark Cuban will be there as well. We could arrange so much for an event like that, and
I
then bringing in, like net worth individuals. There are so many around in Florida, many that have done huge sacrifices to PulseChain, like Overwatch is
Mhm.
based in Florida, and many others, So I think that that is like a huge opportunity. And if we just look at the ROI of doing something like that for the money that was spent, similar as the Daytona, I think that that would increase, like millions of dollars into our ecosystem, because
Agreed.
they will look at, okay, first of all, we have so strong unique selling points. We have Richard, which is like the most charismatic, knowledgeable, smartest person in crypto. respected by most big YouTubers, even if they don't talk about it there. But if we are making this statement in Miami, then we will really get exposure,
Absolutely.
And plus that it is, focus on NFTs, and to be able to say to everyone that they get free copies now on PulseChain's launch, that is also something really, really strong, So, and this method, it is exactly this, like the direct marketing that we are looking for, and this can work, like the same in Monaco. And the same thing, similar concept. It is basically to get network of high net worth individuals, have the crypto community, the USPs, like Hex, the best performing crypto asset, and why does HEXicans have the best party in the harbor? Everyone wants to go to a party like that, Everyone wants to be with the people with success, And I think that if we're not doing things like this, I think that we also can have a risk, which we have seen, because it's not all about giving out free things. We have seen many examples of like blockchains that have not succeeded, and the most famous one is, of course, in the Bitcoin, where all Bitcoiners, they got Bitcoin Cash for free, and Bitcoin Cash didn't succeed. And of course, another horrible example, is Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. They are also totally gone. Now it's not comparable, but
absolutely,
if we don't get any engagement from the community, if we're not showing this, then maybe we be forgotten, and that is like the risk, like I see, that we really need now to push this. And I think that this will be the best ROI that we can get if we follow like Richard's principles and so on.
I totally agree with you, and there's something I wanted to add on to that. In the Miami conference, I believe that renowned psychologist and professor, and unfortunately syndicated for silly reasons, in my opinion, author and professor Jordan Peterson will be speaking at the Bitcoin conference. Now, why is that important? Because Richard Hart actually approached Jordan Peterson in a tweet. I remember this specifically. He said, "I know the history of Bitcoin like you know the history of socialism. Let's have a chat."
Yeah.
And there are many people, I believe, that follow Jordan Peterson, that are smaller government libertarians that may not be well adept in the cryptocurrency space. Now, if they have a conversation together, the first thing that they're going to be introduced to is Hex and PulseChain. And I think that would be a a massively important conversation, because we saw last year with the Bitcoin conference, it was mostly just people screaming out F Elon, and it was kind of embarrassing. So this year, if Richard Hart could have a conversation with Jordan Peterson about socialism, Bitcoin, libertarian monetary value. That would be a very interesting conversation from both a political and monetary standpoint.
And imagine all the free publicity that we will get out of that, like who have the biggest super yacht in the harbor, It's
exactly.
PulseChain and HEXican, and we can have the best, everything, We have the best assets in Richard. We have the best assets in PulseChain. We have the best performing asset in Hex, and
exactly.
It can be amazing, So I really hope that I'm not standing alone in the Miami conference.
No, I wholeheartely appreciate that you're willing to speak about Love and PulseChain as a representative in Florida when it happens. So now, something that Hexicans and people in PulseChain need to realize, and this leads me to my next question, is that I'm starting to see an ethos of maximalism, which I think is very dangerous. I think it's contradictory to what PulseChain is supposed to be. especially with people in the PulseChain and Hex community, ragging on Bitcoin maxis, but we're becoming the same thing. And
Yeah.
for PulseChain to be successful, there needs to be applications built on it. There needs to be third-party projects that are built on it. And I feel like there's a big disdain towards third-party projects
Yeah.
in some not, I
Yeah.
wouldn't call them fringe areas. So
Yeah.
do we need, in your opinion, and with your crypto and entrepreneurial expertise, do we need any killer apps to bring adoption? And what is Love.io doing in this area?
Yeah. So yeah, we saw the stream that you had with Free Pulse, and this is like a killer app that had worked before. We had it in Free Bitcoin, and we had it with on Ethereum with the kitties and so on. So it works, and but that is also targeting maybe adoption in a different way. That you get a lot of people who wants to get for free and so on. So of course it's good, what I see like a killer app, and that is what we have, of course, with Love.io, that we have up, our test shopping site just for a month or so, or 2 months. I think it's been up, and I think it's around like 30,000 perfumes that is listed here now. It's coming much more soon, and they have been listed on Google. So that means that we have got a lot of people that coming in, finding the perfume, and since we don't have any profit on the perfumes, but every one that buys, they get Love rewards in cashback, So that means that we have had over 1,000 users coming in without any marketing, that basically have joined the sacrifice phase and asking, how can I get my Love, and so on. And
Awesome.
and that is like adoption that comes, that they can actually earn cryptocurrency through buying a perfume, and then we are getting in, and when we are putting in marketing in this as well, with Google AdWords and so on, that will also provide this, like the blitz scaling capability, because that means like thousands of new Love holders coming in, can be per week, as we see it now. As I said, we have already got that with limited amount of products that we've been listing, and we will add on many more products into that, and everyone can earn like cash back in Love.
Right.
So that is what we see is like an amazing killer app that will benefit PulseChain. We see, of course, we have the influencer marketing platform, which is, we have a database of over 1 million influencers today.
That's huge.
And that is also something that will bring adoption, because when you are an influencer, and of course the choice is, you can pay either in normal fiat or you can pay in Love. But when we are seeing the network growth and Love start to increase in value, that means that influencers, I actually want to be paid in that Love cryptocurrency, because that increased, like 10% last week. So that means also an adoption coming in when you are using like real use cases, and then you're bringing in a cryptocurrency that can actually work now on PulseChain with the low transaction fees, with PulseX that you can change to Ethereum or whatever, with a bridge coming in. Everything is like so perfectly set up. So we see this amazing. So we are like so excited when we see the blitz scaling capability that we have in this.
Absolutely. There are so many different components that allow for Love to be able to blitz scale, especially given the fact that with PulseChain, transaction costs will be under a penny. Transaction times will be incredibly efficient. You have an automatic bridge from the ERC20 love to the PRC20 love through PulseX. It really does create a perfect formula for love excuse me, for love.io. Now, for question 4, this may be this is a question that I feel like it's very important to bring up given recent events, and I feel like this is not something that you can brush under the carpet. It's just you can't. So, not being too political, as I say this with a Gadsden flag and an American flag behind me, not being too political, but the past week's events with GoFundMe canceled the freedom movement, and now also Coinbase wallets being in trouble, and they freezed over 20 Bitcoin. Okay, that's a lot of money. How do you
1 million,
how do you see Love cryptocurrency and decentralized exchanges benefiting in this situation?
That's a long question, but and this is something that I personally feel a lot about, because no matter of like political opinion, like when you have the governments, and I have lived in Australia for the past 5 years as well, and seen what happening there, and when you are taking away the freedom of having, like a bank account or having funds and so on, that basically you are taking away the freedom of living. You can't pay, like your hotel, and you can't eat, and you can't buy petrol for your car, and you can't move, So this is something that is really horrible. I think that Orwell, he is probably turning in his grave today,
1984.
This is so much worse, the situation that we have come now.
King sock.
Yeah. So what I feel here is that even if many people, when they sacrificed for PulseChain, for example, and they were like reading the disclosure and so on, that, oh, what is this, this is something like really important, what blockchain can actually do, that we can bring freedom for people. And also PulseX, because many people, they have thought, like, oh, these centralized exchanges is so good, I can have my money there, I don't have to care about private keys or anything, But the importance of decentralized exchanges, and the importance of having a blockchain where transactions can go instantly and cost less than a penny, and you can basically change to any crypto asset and still have your private keys. So we see this, and also what love stands for. We believe that it's a human right that anyone should be able to support and love what you want.
I agree.
And that is what we see with the combination of having a cryptocurrency that is named love, that can be used, and then built on PulseChain, which is the proven technology with Ethereum Solidity code, stress tests. So we hopefully will not have any huge hacks or things like that on the chain like other blockchains have had. And then we have a decentralized exchange that will work, like perfectly, like Uniswap have done, except the high gas fees, So if this would have been, so that's why I see this is so important, that this actually now succeed, because we can actually bring a lot of these human rights back, even if it maybe sounds a little I feel that it is we have a possibility to do it, because now, even as you say, like Coinbase, even them is like locking accounts, for people.
Yep.
Then it's no freedom to have Bitcoin, if you have it on an exchange, that can just take it away, so it's
I agree.
We really need this with the decentralized exchanges. We need PulseChain. We need love, because love can be used, in all these different ways, as we have said.
I absolutely agree. I think the biggest concern, and I've said this on Twitter many times, and it's kind of gone on deaf ears, that the libertarian notion of cryptocurrency that this project, that this industry was spawned of, kind of is evaporating. And everyone's venerating the fact that institutions are coming in and nation states are coming in and centralized exchanges are giving this market validation. And sure, that's okay, that's cool, that's good. But at the same time, the initial principle of this industry has all but evaporated. The initial free capitalistic economy of exchange between individuals without the need of a centralized intermediary is gone. Very simply put.
No, it's horrible, and
it is.
And the big hit, as I see it, is on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, that was supposed to be this like freedom that you can send and so on, that they actually take your Bitcoin, and freeze your account on Coinbase. That is like taking away all of what that stands for, and everything we do here now is, like fighting for against the evil that have or exist in that, so that's why this thing is it's beyond just like monetary to make money, that this is actually something that if we can actually have this working, then that will bring freedom.
Absolutely. Anders, I really can't thank you enough for your time today, and I'm really looking forward to working with you and helping in bringing love to light to people, because I really think this project has massive potential in multiple different avenues. So I really I can't thank you enough for your time. Is there any last thoughts you want to say?
Yeah, no, Corey, I'm very happy. And as we said last time, we are not here to take part. We are here to take over.
Yes, I like that. I like that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Anders. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.